Hey, if you're an independent artist looking for ways to make some extra money so that you can invest in your career, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you 5 ways that indie artists can get a little extra dough so that you can pay for the things you need for your music. On the other side of the intro. Let's go! All right. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jamal, Boss Eagle Curry with Business Minded Musicians. And in this video today, I'm going to talk to you guys about 5 different ways that you can earn a little bit of extra money so that you can invest in your career. But before I do that, just want to also remind you that you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Business Minded Musicians, and also on Twitter at Biz Minded Music. And then I also post videos on YouTube, so you can go to YouTube and search Business Minded Musicians as well, and check out some more content and information there. I'm a music artist as well, so I know exactly kind of the position that a lot of you all are in terms of trying to generate some extra cash, generate some extra dough, so we can pay for studio fees and beats and all kinds of other stuff, whether it's tech and different, systems and stuff, so we can keep our business running, keep our business going. So I totally understand that, but I also know that sometimes it can feel a little bit tough to be able to know how to create some of these extra opportunities to generate income. So I want to share with you 5 ways today. Now, this is not a complete or an exhaustive list by any means, but I think this will at least give you a good head start and some things you can look at so that you can make a little bit of extra money. So the first one is through rideshare or food share type of things, delivery service. So whether that's like Uber or Lyft, Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, where you're delivering food. I know for myself, I've driven Uber Eats because my car didn't meet the requirements. I have a 2-door, you gotta have a 4-door and all that kind of stuff. So, but you can just deliver food. There's a lot of restaurants that use the service, that use the apps. So think about that. Can you pick up, some shifts after work or at night or during peak hours? What's really nice about driving rideshare or delivering those types of things is that usually, I know at least with Uber, you can cash out like whenever you want. They might limit it how many you get per day, like you can only cash out 4 times a day or whatever. But I think, if you just do your shifts, do your runs, and then you cash out at the end of the night, you should be good. So think about rideshare, food share, or delivery, that kind of thing, to earn some extra money. Number 2, tutoring or teaching lessons, okay? And so for a lot of you out there who are great, guitarists or pianists, or, you play the flute or cello or something like that, there is probably somebody out there that would love to learn how to play that instrument as well. If you're a vocalist, you could teach someone how to sing or whatever. So think about utilizing the gift that you already have and the experience that you already have, and then teaching somebody else that thing as well. I know that might be a stretch for some people because, let's be honest, some people are good at what they do, but teaching somebody else is a little bit trickier. It's a little bit tougher, but just think about, can you just pull something right out of your bag? Can you pull a rabbit right out of the hat that you have right there and be able to teach someone else? Now, I want to add a little other note to this too, is that you don't have to just teach music, right? Yes, we are musicians. This is business-minded musicians, but you can also teach skills that you have that maybe don't pertain to music. So can you teach private swim lessons or self-defense, where you can help somebody else gain a skill or develop a skill or hone a skill that would be, that's valuable to them, and something that you already maybe know how to do, you already have a certification in, et cetera, et cetera. So think about ways that you can use your musical abilities or other skills or talents that you have to tutor or teach lessons to someone else. Okay, number 3, boom, boom, boom. Number 3 is what we call bootstrapping, okay? And there's probably a couple different ideas about bootstrapping, or people might have different definitions of it. So I'm just gonna kind of talk to you about the way that I kind of see bootstrapping: selling items on on Craigslist, on eBay, on Etsy. What do you have laying around in your garage, in your attic, in your basement? Those types of things, because hey, as we say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So that old pair of overalls that you were gonna just chuck in the trash, somebody might want that for the next Halloween costume. I don't know. You might have some extra fencing or something like that in your house, something that somebody could use right now to be able to do whatever it is that they need to do. So how can you bootstrap, put stuff online? There's the Facebook Marketplace. There's Let Go. That's an app that you can use as well to be able to sell items that you already have, unwanted, unused, gently used, that type of thing. It's basically the same as having a garage sale. We just put it online now. So bootstrapping is another way you can generate some extra dough so that you can pay for studio time or buy some new guitar strings or whatever it is you need to do. All right, number four. This is kind of maybe a different twist on earning income, and it's by actually decreasing expenses or decreasing expenditures. So what do you have right now? What are you involved in? What are you paying for monthly that maybe you could just cut out? What could you get rid of? Could you cancel or pause your Netflix, your Hulu, unused gym memberships? That's, I think, one of the biggest things that people pay for every month and don't use. It's kind of like cable, right? So unused gym memberships. Or how could you rearrange your spending? Instead of going to Starbucks every day, could you just buy a big old thing of coffee at the grocery store and use that, so that you can decrease how much you're paying on the premium for something like Starbucks or something like that. Basically, you're kind of creating income or creating disposable income or extra money out of reducing expenditures. Okay, so what can you cut back on? I see it like this: scrutinize everything. Call your cell phone company, call your cable company, call all these people that you pay money to every month and ask them, hey, is there a better deal? Is there a better plan? Can I get a cheaper rate? It doesn't hurt to ask. You can even call your credit card companies if you have balances and say, hey, can I get a lower interest rate? Which could bring down your monthly payment amount. So scrutinize everything. Don't be afraid to ask if you can get a lower rate, a discount, or look at completely just reducing something altogether, or at least temporarily, so you can save up enough money to be able to afford the thing that you want to be able to do. All right, and lastly, we have here is one that's going to be a little bit more involved, I would say, and that is what I would call, and what we talk about in kind of the entrepreneur and the business world, is starting an agency. And don't let that freak you out. Don't let that be like, oh my goodness, like that just seems so crazy or just so out there. Starting an agency doesn't have to sound as grandiose as maybe it seems. Okay, so the way you basically do it is you look at kind of like, one way you could do it, I guess, is you kind of look at it as done for you services. So again, going back to point 2 about tutoring and teaching all those things, what other skills do you have? What other things can you do to maybe give someone else the ability to get their job or their task completed, right? So things like graphic design, video editing, web design, those types of things. Can you create a small little agency where you can do those creative things? Maybe you edit photos for wedding photographers because it's just faster for them to pass that off to someone else so that they can go on and shoot the next gig. Or maybe you can do some basic editing for a local company or something like that, editing their YouTube videos. Being able to provide a business service or professional service, as we call it, is a great way to earn income, and you can do it on your own time and your own terms. So you can say, hey, I don't want to take any more clients, or hey, I can take on 2 more clients right now, and you can generate the income. Plus, you don't have to create any inventory or anything like that. The other thing you could do too, if you're like, I don't really know how to start an agency, I don't necessarily maybe have web design skills or graphic design skills. Another way you could do it is through a process that's called arbitraging. And I love this concept. I actually got this particular thing from a guy named Spencer Meekum of Builderpreneur. Basically what you do in terms of an arbitrage agency is you go out and find things that other people need done, and then you find the person who can do it. So maybe it's not you that's able to fulfill the service, but you find someone else who can. So for example, going back to the, say, graphic design, you could go on Craigslist or something like that and find people who are looking for logo design or graphic design or web design. And then you go and you contact that customer and say, hey, what's your budget, what are you looking for, etc., etc. Then you go and you find someone who can do it, and you can find people on places like Fiverr and Upwork, some of those kind of like online places where online marketplaces where people are buying and selling services, and then you can say, hey, I've got this job, and then you put it out there, someone picks it up, they complete the job, you go and deliver it back to the client. The client pays exactly what they were budgeting for. The person who is going to do the work gets paid what they were expecting. And a lot of times, especially on Fiverr, you can find people. The reason it's called Fiverr is because a lot of projects or a lot of them start at $5. So it could be $5, $10, $15, depending on the level. Sometimes they have like 3 levels, like a basic, a standard, and a premier or premium package. But then if you get paid, let's say $200 from the client, you go and find someone who can do it for $50, you just made $150. And all you were basically the middleman or the middlewoman between these two entities, help other companies, other businesses, other people be able to get their business services and their professional service needs met. So arbitraging or just straight up building an agency or an arbitrage agency could be a great way for you to make some good income to be able to invest in your music career. Part of the reason I wanted to make this video it is to give you guys, you know, some ideas, just to get you, just to start scratching the surface of giving you some ideas of things you can do to earn some extra income, because we do need to be investing in our career. We are the new music business, okay? And like my t-shirt says, got my mind on my business and my business on my mind. This is the new Business Minded Musicians t-shirt. I'll probably drop a link below if you want to get one of these as well. So again, we need to be investing in our careers, okay? We need to be investing in professional development, conferences, online courses, programs, mentoring, those types of things when and where it makes sense for us to do, okay? But we can't sit back and do nothing and expect that people are just gonna magically know that our music is out there, okay? We have to have our mind on our business and our business on our minds, okay? So just remember, we are the new music business, okay? So let's embrace it, let's put in the work, because you know, we have to understand that our time, our talent, and our resources, they are gonna be required, but it will be worth it so that we can take control of our music careers and get paid to do what we love. Got it? All right, so if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would go ahead and drop me a comment below. Let me know which of these 5 ways to make money, extra money, most resonates with you. And if you have any other ideas as well, drop those in the comments below. If you would also subscribe to the channel, I would love that. Please hit the notification bell so that you're notified when new videos come out. And if you would give me that thumbs up, let me know that you liked it and you're enjoying it, what's going on here. And if you feel like this would be helpful and be a blessing for another independent artist you know, or someone who reps an independent artist that you know, please, please, please pass this along. Share this with other artists, because I truly believe that a rising tide lifts all boats, and that there has never been a better time than now to be an independent musician, okay? So I'm Jamal Boss Eagle Curry with Business Minded Musicians. God bless you, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace. Miles ahead on your paper like Don Cheadle.